T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The following program is rated TVMA for language. We want everyone to be able to enjoy the program, but sometimes things happen, and we may say things that may be offensive to some or non-conducive to others. So in other words, happens. Oops.
Niggas coming.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a wonderful day. Hi, everyone.
I wasn't expecting that.
I know you were not. Welcome to another all-new episode of Blerds in the Hood. I am your resident supervillain, MrJayWashington.
I'm the SwaggyBlerd, Winston A. Marshall.
This is my illustrious co-host, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy and esteemed that you all have decided to join us once again as we make this endeavor into the world of pop culture, news, sports, nerddom, entertainment, and a whole lot of other things, maybe even an ignorant story or four. I want to say first and foremost, thank you from the bottom of my heart from everyone who has been joining on to us, who is watching us live now in what we consider our neighborhood. Hello, neighbors. And everyone who has watched on the replays, people who have joined our Patreon, which we will ask you to do once again, patreon.com/blerdsndahood. That is BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD. And I also know, with looking at my camera, because I'm a professional, you are to look down the barrel of your camera as if you're looking at your audience. And I am not looking at my co-host, but I know my co-host is making a face like, what is going on? But I am just trying to make sure No. I want to ensure that people are having a professional experience when they watch us here on this show. I want to make sure that people are getting their money's worth, even if it's for free, that they are having a time where they're like, oh my God, I joined Jay and Winston, and they collaboratively made it, or that wasn't even the right word, and they collectively made a great show. You were going to say?
I was just going to say, since you did an adjustment on your Zoom, you might want to adjust your focus a little bit, but that's fine. You could just,
I think my focus might be fine. I'm sorry. It looks great on this end.
I'm on full screen and you a little blurry. So that's the only reason. That was why I was making faces. I'm not pressed one way or the other. That's all that was.
Hey, at least I'm not watching Power Rangers in the background this time.
Yeah, that was rough last time.
Yeah, that was rough for the first hour and a half.
Before we get to it, I want to give a shout out really quick to we have 3 new subscribers over on YouTube: Claude Baker, JLG, and JDogFBA. Thank you so much for that. We'll get to the Streamlabs that came in from last week in just a moment, but for right now, I'm going to ask you first, MrJayWashington.
My nigga.
Nigga. A nigga moment.
Man.
Nigga. My nigga.
What you been doing?
I'm going to ask you because when you ask me, I can go into our first story. So, with that being said, Mr. Winston A. Marshall.
My nigga.
Nigga. A nigga moment.
Man.
Nigga. My nigga.
What you been doing?
First of all, I gotta admit, this is gonna be kind of hilarious. Some people just tuned in was like, nigga, what you been doing? What is that?
They're literally like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, no.
Real quick, Norbell Ross. If you are watching on YouTube, the link is in the description of the episode. The link to the Patreon.
In the description. I put it in there.
And if not, it's very simple. Patreon.com/blerdsndahood. Very easy.
Let me open up the YouTubes and double check my damn self. Let's see. It's in there.
I just was saying, yep. I'm just doing that.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do it while you're doing your story. I'll double check.
No, I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Okay, great. That also works. Thank you for that. So yeah, what have I been doing? I have been It is in there, by the way. It's under if you go down in the description, folks, where it says support the show and tip the Blerds, there's the Streamlabs link if you need the link for that, and there is the link for the Patreon directly underneath that. So it is there in the description. All right. What have I been doing, man? It was the last time I saw you guys, we were live. Since then, it was Kristen's birthday. That went really well. We went to a concert and hung out with some people on the day after. So that was cool. Spent Sunday just catching up on a lot of work, getting the Around the Neighborhood done for you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We already have a Streamlab about it. We'll read that out in a minute. So just that, but I'll just be honest. I can't really get into specific details. It's been a rough week this week. I feel like it's been one shot across the bow after another. Some family stuff, some stuff that I have brought on to myself just for being an idiot. And then, you know, it's, as anybody that's been in the industry knows, I was on a veil for another commercial. Ironically, when a very bad piece of news was happening on Monday and my phone was on speaker, I saw the email pop up from my agent be like, "We're officially released. Sorry, on to the next one." And I'm just like, bro, this week just want to kick me swiftly in the nuts like as fucking Bobby Hill talking about, "I don't know you, that's my purse." So I'm just, I'm a little mentally and emotionally drained. I can't really get my mind off of the stuff that's got me fucked up right now. So I'm happy to be here so that we can, you know, connect with the neighborhood and chillax and you know, just talk some shit. But yeah, that's essentially what's going on with me, man. I'm looking forward to this NBA Finals for sure. I'll tell you that much. I think it's going to be good. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. But yeah, we will ask Jay one more time, Mr. J Washington.
My nigga.
A nigga moment.
Man.
My nigga.
What you been doing?
Had fun, pretty fun, decent weekend. You know, picked up a couple of shows. Went out to San Diego on Saturday. Did a Don't Tell show out there at North Park. Super fun time doing that. I picked up something on Friday too. What the hell? Let me look at my schedule. I've been forgetting shows as soon as I do them. I'm like, oh yeah, I did that, and then I did that, and I picked up something Friday as well. But those were fun shows doing that. And then Sunday, hung out with some friends and went to a watch party for a certain show, which we will get into. I'll get to that in a second. For me personally, I've been on a sort of high, right? You know, and but in the midst of good things, I think the thing to really resonate with what Winston stated is that this industry as a whole that we're in, as far as like acting and things like that, is topsy-turvy right now. Now, granted, any opportunity that seems like you're gonna book a role is for those who don't know, you're like, man, extra money coming in. You never know how long that money's gonna go, and you don't know how many things it may be needed for. But you know, being released off of a veil, that, you know, really hits a thing. You can bring yourself into the thing. I don't know why you're just completely out of the studio altogether. I don't know if you know that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that you were just completely out.
There. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
there we go.
Okay. But yeah, that you know, I get it. So it's like, I was talking to two of my buddies yesterday, both who are actors. One who's in a lot of commercials as well, the other who's been in a couple of TV shows, and just randomly made me ask, "Yo, have y'all been getting a lot of auditions?" They were like, "No, it's been slow." So everybody's kind of feeling it. It sucks. It really sucks. I understand how you feel. I've had some things happening where it's like, you know, I felt like you feel like you're on the cusp of doing things better financially or whatever the case may be, and then there's a shift and you don't know what's going to happen, and that does kind of hit you at a point because you're like, uh-oh, are we gonna be okay? And you know, just trying to, you know, you try not to have to crash out about that. That's the big thing with that, but that goes without saying. My daughter, I talked to her this weekend for as long as she allows me to talk to her.
That shouldn't be funny, but for some reason that's kind of funny.
Oh, I mean, look, when people who realize, you know, having a preteen daughter, she's on her own schedule. And my daughter, she makes bracelets and she likes a lot of arts and crafts and she does things herself. And she told me she makes bracelets and she was like, "Yeah, I made like 300 bracelets." And I'm like, No, you didn't. I'm thinking, look, girl, you exaggerating. My daughter sent me a picture of all 300 of them, bro, and they are amazing. I was like, hey, can you send your dad a couple? I'll pay for them. Do you know my daughter told me, first off, I don't feel like shipping anything out, number one. Then I asked her, I said, okay, well, if you're selling them, let me tell you how to set your prices and blah, blah, blah. She was like, I have my prices set already. I said, okay, but I can help you out with this. She said, you need to talk to my manager. Let me tell you something.
Wow.
I never in my life would ever have thought that my 12-year-old daughter would have told me I need to talk to her manager. Also, which gets even more crazier, my 12-year-old daughter, who is not in the industry, technically has a manager before I do. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? My daughter has a whole. So I called her mom, was like, hi, I'm looking to speak to the manager of JayWashington. She was like, yes, may I help you? I said, hey! I'm kind of considered the financier of some of this shit, you know what I'm saying? But
that's hilarious.
You come on back.
Yep,
man.
I'm coming back. Also, just real quick, apparently Russell Wilson has officially announced that he is retiring from the NFL. It was speculation before. We're not covering this story, so I just figured I'd say it real fast because I wanted to check on the game. But he has officially announced that he is retiring from the NFL and he is taking that CBS Sports job that he was in contract talks for. So,
because that job is way more than his NFL contract will be.
It's. I would say this. I think it's more from the standpoint of having a wake up call of like, I don't want to be a backup and or third string quarterback.
Yeah, I don't want to go back up in the jersey. Yeah, back up I'm good.
So let me, because this is also how you preserve your legacy. Honestly, is if you stick around, Kristen coming in with the jokes, bro. As the Seahawks fan in the room, so much more time to enjoy his 12 toilets. You remember that first year in Denver where they were doing a toilet watch, and it was Russell Wilson still has more toilets than he has touchdowns this season. Let's see where he's at now. And they were doing a constant update, being like, well, he still only has 5 touchdowns. He actually threw 3 interceptions this week, no touchdowns. So he still has actually 11 more toilets than he does actual touchdowns.
That is
savage as fuck.
That's savage. But yeah, so that's all that. I mean, I did some shows. I got a chance to hang out and do my bro Dion Cole's show this past Monday. He asked me to come through and do that. So
dude, he had you do a show?
Yeah, so he does his show at the Improv a lot, and he was like, "Yo, come through," because it's a workout room. It's basically comics to workout stuff, and Dion's always been like my big brother, and so I was talking to him at the Comedy Store, and he told me to come through, and so I did that. But with that, let's just get into telling you what else was about my weekend, and the first story. So, nope. I saw what you put in there. We gonna do this one. Matter of fact, I said,
"Fuck you."
I saw what you put in.
No, we're still doing it because I didn't put the one that I said you should go. That Kristen actually said you should go and do.
I'm surprised. I'm gonna tell you something. I looked. I was like, I swear, if that is cut as a clip, I'm going.
I thought about it.
For those who don't know, the series finale of Euphoria happened this past Sunday.
Was it officially series?
It's officially series. They said it. The podcast that Sam Levinson was on dropped immediately after the end of the quote-unquote season finale, and it is the series finale. Euphoria is officially done after 7 years. Of course, it had to take that long break. The unfortunate death of Angus Cloud, the stars becoming stars, and more. But a lot of things tended to wrap themselves up. Some left some questions, but one thing that did definitely happen. Unfortunately, we lost Rue Bennett, man. Now, you couldn't help it. But her story I feel like her story concluded the way it should have. The thing followed her chasing and dealing with addiction, right? And that's what even Sam Levinson said. The story was about her dealing with addiction and stuff like that. And because of one thing about addicts that we've heard stories of, that even when they battle addiction, because of their tendency to relapse, they won't even take pain pills. But Rue, having gone through something so major in the beginning of the episode, needed pain pills, and Alamo set her up. So eventually leading to that, giving the lace pills. But go ahead and do it. A
certain resident supervillain was working as a bodyguard and got stuck. Like this photo you saw of Ali with the shotgun out. he is out here telling him to put his motherfucking dick on the wall. So that is pretty much how I have decided that I'm going to refer to Jay from now on. His name is Jay. Put your motherfucking dick on the wall, Washington.
Let me tell y'all something. First and foremost, for every single DM, text, story, tweet, thread, whatever, Facebook message, for even email. I got an email from a director from a movie I did a long time ago. For every single person that has reached out about that, I am very much grateful and very much appreciative. And Winston, tell you, I don't know how to say a lot of words about it because I don't know how to receive things sometimes. It's been an overwhelming amount of love. And because, that was the original episode I shot, was the finale. And then to be added to episode 6 was a big thing. And the one thing I couldn't tell people, like people were like, oh, so what are you doing? Because I'm quick in episode 6. I'm in and out, right? It's just a quick scene with me. But I'm like, no, I'm an essential part of the finale because I tell everybody, my character does or technically doesn't do something that causes all the shit to happen.
If you're paying close enough attention, you can see it. Ali is walking around, and Jay, instead of being a bodyguard, is looking at tits and ass.
Looking at titties right there in front of him. And because of that, Ali comes in and everything. And here's the funny. First of all, I want to say this. I said it in a couple posts I put on social media, and I'll say it again publicly here on Blerds. I am forever grateful to Sam and Ash Levinson, to the producers, the other producers of the show, HBO, for allowing me that opportunity to play in the world of Euphoria, to be a part of something that is now TV history, to be a part of an iconic finale that has been seen around the world and is still being seen to this day. And again, to have my part be a catalyst and have a moment to share an important moment in that scene with an iconic actor such as Coleman Domingo, and I tell everybody, the thing with that was that line is not in the script, bro. Those lines that he said to me, what happened was Coleman and I we found out we had a bunch of mutual friends, right? Like we found out we got a bunch of mutuals. So him and I got cool. So in between takes on the set, we're joking and laughing around. So at one point, we between takes, and then I'm telling Sam, like, I should be going for my gun. And once he shoots that one bouncer while I'm going, I said he should swing immediately around to me, because if he doesn't, I would technically shoot him in the back. So he was like, yeah. So we came up with that. So then me and Coleman sitting there talking, we're like, yo, so what should I say to you? I said, man, let's say something crazy. Just say, tell me, put my dick on the wall or something.
So see, now I'm mad at you because you made it sound like they just wrote this fucking line in and shit, and they're telling me to put my dick on the wall. No, you came up with that, and you're giving me fucking shit about saying that shit.
Because it was the fault, nigga. You didn't say hello. You just said, I picked the phone and said, hey, what's up? Put your dick on the wall. Hey! It was just dick on the wall. How are you, sir?
The lies. The gaslighting, bro. The fact that you actually pitched this whole idea to Coleman and fucking Sam, and they were about that life, and you got mad at me for being like, put your dick on the motherfucking wall.
Like I stated prior, just a moment ago. Hello? Put your dick on the wall. What happened to hello? What happened to hello?
It could have been worse. You could have been like fucking Marshawn Lynch. You got your dick blown off. That could have been you.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I remember watching when that was filmed.
Bro, of course Jay came up with that shit.
It was just, I was saying it in just joke, like, man, just tell me put my dick on the wall or something. I don't know. And I'm joking when I say it. And so here's the thing. I've been literally just like, I am one of those actors that searching through social media to see what people are saying about it. When I tell you put your dick on the wall has become a thing, like Kobe saying that. And then I went and once somebody commented, I was like, yeah, man, I was there for 30 minutes with my dick on the wall.
It's and funny how that works,
somebody commented back, was like, oh my God, it is you. Like, yeah. So
It's funny how that works. How all of a sudden that just becomes a whole fucking thing, bro.
Bro, it's so, like I said, it's so crazy. But I even commented on Adewale, who plays Alamo Brown, who's again phenomenal actor. Being honored to share that space with him, Daryl Gibson, Asante Black, Anna Van Patten, Alexa Demi, Sydney Sweeney, Rosalia, to be in that world with all of them, in that moment, what is a surreal thing. It's why one of the posts that I made on social media, I put the call sheet up because it's like, it's crazy. But Adewale posted something about it, and I posted, I went in his comments, I said, "Hey boss, my bad, I couldn't take him out, but I had my dick on the wall for like 30 minutes." he replied back in the comments, "I'll see you in hell, motherfucker."
Yo, also, that's funny. You might have to make put your motherfucking dick on the wall.
It's a
I told y'all. Yo, I told him this when I saw that shit. I was like, you just need to put this in your set now, right? When you talk, like, if you decide to specifically talk about Euphoria, you can, but you can be like, yo, I'm Jay Washington. You might know me as the motherfucker that had to put this dick on the wall. Let me explain. Like, you just like.
Well, it's this thing about, like, I don't know how many people want to buy dick on the wall T-shirts. That's the crazy part. Like,
that is a wild statement. That is a
you
wild statement.
Like, yeah. Hey man, I'm out here selling put your dick on the wall stickers.
Bro, the only thing funnier is if it says put your motherfucking dick on the wall and it's you like this, just.
But I'm gonna tell you real quick, man, and then we can move on to the next story. The funny part, like I said, the show being over, people having their thoughts, their opinions, and watching people make think pieces. Oh, this show is terrible, and everybody keep being like, "Oh, he just tried to be Quentin Tarantino." I'm like, Tarantino's not the only one that does westerns and shootouts. What do y'all?
Right.
I'm like, y'all just say shit.
That's silly. I would say that, like, personally for me, you being in there gave it a solid boost. It wasn't my favorite of the seasons just because of the emotional pull that those first two did, especially the second season where Zendaya clearly won that Emmy from running from, like, the cops and her family and all of her people for an entire fucking episode while she was in a drugged craze. Like, I just have such a connection to that stuff in particular that I was like, oh shit. But that being said, I did like the season. But I think like a lot of us have felt sometimes with other shows, it can be so hard to stick the landing. And this was such a shift tonally that like, while I enjoyed it, I just enjoyed it for it being something different, if that makes sense.
But also, yeah, and I agree. And I also say this to everybody, a lot of people. People keep going.
Bro, that's the name of your next stand-up special. Jay Washington puts his dick on the wall. Bro.
Nigga, no.
Oh shit.
People have to hit, like, they want the show to be what it was, and that's the problem. The show was not going to be what it was because, again, you have all this time between the two seasons. You have one cast member who unfortunately passes away. You have people who are and they're grown now.
You lost two cast members because you lost Angus Cloud earlier, and then you lost what's his name,
Eric Dane. Yeah. So.
Like, thank God he was healthy enough to do the episodes that he did, because I think that was the concern, is that they weren't because he's obviously knew he was sick for a little bit, but it moved a lot faster.
His LAS went quick. It went quick. So, but yeah, for people to try to get the same high school show, you're not
which is fair. I wasn't looking for that like at all. I would have been kind of interested to see if they had done like a small stint in college type stuff, and like those that went and didn't, and we obviously jumped straight to them being professionals because it's been enough years, they were old enough. It was like, no, we're way past that at this point. But again, I didn't dislike it. I just of the 3 seasons, it was my least favorite of the 3, but that doesn't make it bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at like a sports team that's won multiple titles, you'd be like, that was the coolest one. That one was wild. They still won the title. It was tight, but they won it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what that felt like to me a little bit. I was like, it was good. Those first 2 really hold a place in my mind.
Well, again, I'm very honored to be a part of it. People are still rewatching it. People are going to keep rewatching it, and people are going to keep analyzing it. And, you know, for everybody who's going to follow me from it, for people who are new watching Blerds in the Hood from following me from it, and now are like, oh, he does this and he does that and he does this. Like I said, going to the Improv and going to the store, and people are like, oh shit, yo, I saw you in Euphoria, you know. So I'm super grateful and immensely grateful, and I'm thankful for everyone. But streamlabs.com/blerdsndahood/tip. Streamlabs.com/blerdsndahood/tip if you want to support the show. You can also donate to the CashApp or Venmo. If you don't want to do Streamlabs, we will read them off. Matter of fact, we got a couple I want to read off now. So, Fred,
here, let me do it because I've been taking some of the old ones on here too, and we have some Prime sub stuff. So, first of all, Zero Agent 22, thank you so much for the Prime sub. For anybody that wants to support the show, and you were like, I'm not trying to spend no physical dollars, but thank you. Go over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Blerds in the Hood. We are streaming there as well. If you have Amazon Prime, you actually get a free Prime sub that you can give to a channel monthly. And if you are not on Twitch regularly, doing that is free for you and gives you the little perks that you get for being subbed us on Twitch. But it gives us $5. So if you just want to support the show that way, that is also another way that you can do that. But you are correct. Fantastic sent one in over the weekend.
What? Wait, hold on.
What's wrong?
You saw me on TMZ Live.
When?
When
were you on TMZ Live?
Do you see me confused?
I'm confused. Is it? Oh, maybe they played your clip on TMZ Live.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably, yeah. But Fredtastic sent one in over the weekend. It says, "Hey Blerds, the Around the Neighborhood segment was very funny. Old girl mad because she thought her titties could turn any man straight, learn the hard way. And the Ram doing a double tap on that dude probably because he shaved his favorite girl." Which one was the titties one?
I don't know. I was trying to remember.
Because I edited them. How do I not remember the titties one?
I remember the Ram for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. But thank you so much. I appreciate the support. And then mild-mannered comic nerd comes in and says, "Hey guys, about that last episode of Euphoria. Why did Alamo's main dude take his bullets? He's been okay with everything else. Why in that moment do the right thing? That's the only thing that threw me off. Did I miss something? LOL. Thanks, guys."
He'd always been saying how certain things, why he would watch the snake and talk about the snake, and you know, basically he was representing him in Alamo, but it was Maddie. It was the Maddie thing.
Yep. That was it, because he offered afterwards to give her a ride home and all that. It was the idea. I think what it was for him was the idea that previously a lot of those other women that were working in the club, he maybe didn't love it, but they like chose to be in that life. Whereas Maddie, while she was kind of working in whatever sort of capacity, did not choose to do that. And now all of a sudden he was trying to turn her out. And I think that was enough for him to be like,
and not on even top of the fact, her out. He was going to use her as a human shield.
That too. And I think, well, he already had the gun at that point. So it wasn't even that element of the human shield, but I think it's both the turning out. And if you throw in the fact that he clearly did not like how the Rue shit went down. No, because regardless of how he felt about Rue, the idea of turning around and killing somebody via drugs when you knew they had a drug problem, it seemed like his conscience was growing all season.
Yeah, he was fine with everything else. Like there's rules to this shit. Right. But there is the theory that technically, Maddie got Rue killed.
Yes, because of the whole
when she mentioned the
DEA shit. Yeah.
Yep. When she mentioned the DEA shit, because and Alamo played it like, yo, I'm okay, whatever. Like, what you talking about? Like he knew, so that's why everybody was like, oh, he was calm with everything. He knew all the shit was going down. That's why they knew how to switch the truck, because he knew the DEA was watching. People were like,
because I was wondering about that. I was like, he knows now. So that's interesting. But that's exactly what it was. Is that you just use that as a later time to do that?
Yep.
Okay, we gotta keep it pushing. I want to give a real quick shout out to I am the laws, the E-laws that just followed us on Twitch. Thank you. And we got another Prime
laws, not E-laws. I am the laws. THEE the.
Oh, okay, like the Stallion type shit. Okay, got it. I just thought maybe it was anyway, doesn't matter. Thank you for following. And then of course we got another Prime sub from the Ryan Cross Project. Thank you so much for subbing again. Gotta give it to Jay. Bro went from having some serious chicken to putting his dick on the wall. Progress is progress, I guess. Nothing but love, Jay. I'm really proud of you, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
All right, so let's keep it pushing to this next story, Jay. You got it.
So the Roots picnic went down this weekend in Philly, and one of the biggest things everybody talked about was the return of Hov with the fro. By the way,
oh yeah.
Now, if you saw Hov for the past several years, you knew he had his locks. They said it took like 4 hours, and like 4 hours and 4 days, and 4 bottles is the thing they use to break down locks for him to get his hair back. But that wasn't just a hype. This is him starting out a freestyle before he performed. In his freestyle, first of all, the man showed he still got it, okay, first and foremost. But he also went through telling people about themselves in different parts. So I'm going to play different sections of it. I didn't play I didn't give you the whole thing, but I got different sections. So this is where he talks about his involvement potentially with the Diddy case that almost got caught up, Tory Lanez, and Dame Dash all in one, okay? Just in case it sounds low, listen close.
Hattie's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1, I've been ranked. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
Damn.
So, yeah. Him talking about the girl who accused him at first, who was proven to be lying.
Right.
Then talking about Tory Lanez, the little leprechaun. Then goes in to talk about niggas' teeth falling out their mouth. We all know that was Dame Dash.
Okay? Amen. Amen.
Oh, but it goes better. You got to hear him go in on both Nicki and Drake. You ready?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I brain for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Got up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the Hov. I never looked up to them. Got your publishing gangster, go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me, you niggas is workers. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded. Don't make me go man.
Bro, I look, for those that don't know the Nicki thing, some people thought, oh no, he forgot what he was doing. No, what it is that Nicki has been doing, allegedly, she's been doing so many drugs. When you see her try to freestyle at shows that she's at, she cannot remember her lyrics. She doesn't know where she is, and she starts stuttering and then just goes around. So he legitimately was actively making fun of her doing that. I gotta give him credit, bro. Hov, there's a reason why they say Hov is the GOAT, bro. Like, it's because of shit like the fact that he's still doing this in his 50s is crazy.
That man said a rapper can't be my eye. The jig is up, nigga. I'm up 10. He said, wrong chart, champ. You gotta look again. Niggas look up to Hov. I never looked up to them.
Them crackers got your publishing checks. Go talk tough to them. God damn, dude.
Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. But
dude, there's one more.
This one, I need y'all to listen closely. I've been trying to make sure the volume raised up. This is best I can get it, but listen closely. This is him going in on Ye.
Heard of a wonder king. My children and some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin as unharmed player. Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all saniac in my presence, nigga, shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut-ass nigga still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
Man.
Y'all gonna stop playing with that man.
Yes, sir. This nigga spitting.
Damn, nigga.
I'm gonna stop playing with that man.
Jay-Z, bro. Jay-Z. You like I it's funny, man, because Hov has never been my favorite rapper. There have been a multitude of others, but I have to give the man his fucking props. Like I have to, because I would say probably my favorite rapper like of all time and who I think is the GOAT is Andre 3 Stacks. But like he even said himself, he's like, I'm not rapping anymore. I'm too old. I don't like that. That's a young man's game. I don't have anything to rap about. And it was one of those things where I was like, I heard him and I understood what he was saying. But seeing Hov do that, and that is one of your contemporaries, is kind of like a damn, man, maybe you just didn't have the hunger anymore because Hov's still out here dropping bars.
Well, because he hasn't done it for so long. Right. And then you get the whole, oh, that's just Beyonce's husband thing. And it gets to a point where rappers start talking. Again, Drake was in it. We talked about, I hate to bring this back up, but we brought this up with Iceman. He was in his feelings bringing up everybody. And so Jay-Z has taken a lot of subliminal shots for years and has yet to say anything. And this time he was like, I'm letting everybody who deserves to have it.
And like came with such solid bars that it's just like, God damn, like, why do you even go back? It's just funny to me because like, this is what I was saying. Like there are people that try to call me a hater over on I was on Christian's show last Friday. Somebody asked me about Iceman. And I was like, the production is good. And like Drake's flow isn't bad, but his bars are just him bitching the whole time. And I don't think it's a very good album because of that. And everybody's like, oh, you just a motherfucking hater. Like he the GOAT, like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Drake, honestly, Drake is Jordan on the Wizards. So there is shit that like some nights you're like, oh, those couple bars, okay, that was a 40-point game, but he's averaging about 18 and he is a shadow of his former self. So like, let's not sit here and actually think that this was the best rapping he's ever done, because it's not. Like if we're just keeping it 100. But
I was telling people the other night, because people were still talking about it, I'm like, listen, I'm not coming at this from a Drake versus Kendrick angle, because that's the problem a lot of people are having. They're coming at it from a Drake versus Kendrick, as opposed to, no. I'm comparing Drake's body of work now to Drake's body of work when he's been dropped. In this body of work, you are going, first of all, you dropped 3 albums. You are going to be scrutinized about it. It is what it is. No one's going to be impervious. You should have just dropped the double. We know you did the triple to get out the deal. However,
it was also, you notice that the 3 albums spell the word him, because he's trying to say that he's him. Habiti, Maid of Honor, and Iceman spell Iceman in the middle, H-I-M. He was trying to say I'm him.
I thought Iceman was the first. I would have never looked at it that way.
Which is fair, and I think he kind of did that because he had been teasing Iceman this whole time,
right?
Like that being the rap album, but that was something that somebody pointed out that was a subliminal that he was saying himself. Like, I'm tired of all y'all, because you remember he had the bar, fuck the big 3. There were too many chefs in the kitchen or whatever it was. It was another indication of literally fuck everybody. I'm him. I'm Drake. You guys ain't shit. That was supposed to be that.
So yeah, we'll see how it plays out even further. Let's move on to the next story. So I don't have an asset for this. I would have had an asset for this, but I was told to take the asset out. A Diddy sex tape drop. Now, here's the thing. Okay, don't do this.
The reason the asset came out is because this Negro was trying to put a pixelated version of the sex tape. We don't need that. Use your imagination.
Only 30 seconds.
The problem is that we are on YouTube. YouTube doesn't give a fuck that it was only 30 seconds or that it's pixelated.
You wouldn't even notice what it was.
That's
it would
not
be
true.
Him.
The point is, it's not important. Just describe what happened. If you want to find it,
we will 39-minute tape that shows Diddy along with Daphne Joy, who was 50 Cent's first baby mama, and adult film star Sly Diggler. Okay, it's like 39 minutes and 27 seconds. How do I know the specific time? Because I've watched it. Now it is.
which that's you. I couldn't because I don't want anything to do with that nigga Diddy at all. That's the other thing.
Well, the problem is because 50 first put it out was like, man, Diddy he going through enough. He ain't got no penis. And I was like, what the fuck is 50 talking about? And then you watch it like, oh, Diddy is a real life, just a professional cuck. So all that being said, there's a lot of baby oil in that one. You know, got baby oil and shit. But 50, again, is 50's baby mama. So I was talking to some people in the industry, the music industry, I know. People think that 50 dropped this. 50 didn't drop this. You know,
I don't think he would, because that's his ex-fiance, isn't it?
And, well, his baby mom, yeah. But you know who dropped it? Diddy. Diddy had his people drop it. Because it's 50's baby mama. You gonna make a documentary trying to embarrass me, I'm gonna embarrass you. So people ask 50 Cent about the sex tape leak, right? Because 50 needs to comment about it. This is what 50 said in his response.
You see the first tape, man. There's a lot of tapes out there.
Oh my God.
None of that ain't got nothing to do with none of the parties. What you're looking at that right now is separate. It feel like it's special because it's my son's mom in the actual tape. But we haven't had any intimacy for 12 years. She could be out back with a dog for all I care, to be honest with you. You know, and she's the only person that we didn't get into the documentary that I wish we did, because it would be the person that's there that wasn't a victim.
That wasn't a victim?
No. See, when you think of women, we go women empowerment and for women, but let's not forget that there's some hoes. Right?
And predators.
No, let's just realize that's there. Now, this exists. So there's people that are there and they're looking for these things. Like, they look for that. So she's just getting what she actually would. If you met it at the present moment, check out the OnlyFans, man. It's up 85%. It's up 85%.
Well, let's talk about
currently works, so she's achieving what she's after. Trust me.
I just want to say about Daphne that we did reach out to Daphne. She was not in the film for her. That was her own choice to not be in this film.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I've never really seen 50 flat-footed. That man was hurt. like that. Diddy clearly got under his skin because, like, yeah, he's just like spitting facts according to how he feels about it and whatnot, right, and all that. But you could just tell by the tone, because every other time he is like striking back at somebody else, he kind of has a half laugh, half smirk. This whole time he was like, yeah, man, whatever, you know, she a hoe. She out here, you know, the OnlyFans up. Like, he said,
let's not forget, there's hoes.
That sounded like a hurt man that was upset, even if he doesn't fuck with her anymore. I think just the nature of that was clearly a shot to get under his skin. You know what I'm saying?
You got your baby mama getting smutted out. Here you go. And 50's response being, so to put it in a personal perspective, okay? If it were
don't. I already know where you're going. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. It took me a second, and all of a sudden my brain was like, I know what you're about to say. Don't do it. Just don't even. You don't need to. You don't. Okay. We understand. Okay. You don't.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna say her OF is up 87% now. So she got the boot. That's what 50 kind of means at the back end. Was like, well, she got what she wanted out of it. It's similar to how Kris Jenner took the Kim K. Ray J tape. Instead of saying we're going to be ashamed of this, we're going to embrace and run with this. And it made the Kardashian legacy post Robert Kardashian.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
they created, honestly, a bigger empire than Robert Kardashian did.
Yeah. But I do agree that 50 is hurt. I do agree.
You could just hear it in his voice. Like, that's the thing. Like, just watching that, I was like, oh man, this is clearly fucking with him. So, but anyway, Streamlabs.com/blerds-in-the-hood/tip. Streamlabs.com/blerds-in-the-hood/tip. If you'd like to support the show, get a question in, all that stuff. You can also use our Venmos or Cash Apps. All of that is in the description if you need a link to it directly. Thank you so much to everybody that has supported so far. But let's go to our next story, which has already started for today. The NBA Finals had just started. We just got to halftime. The Spurs are up 55-48, and the thing that ended up happening in the first quarter, Jalen Brunson ended up having to go to the locker room for his knee. Something happened with his knee, and they put him in a brace. I think he is back playing. I haven't brought the game up because I don't want to mess up my internet. But he was carted off or carried off and put in a knee brace. So I was going to ask you, because I'm curious what your thoughts are one way or the other, and this may automatically change your thoughts on this. How many games do you see this going, and who do you think is winning the whole thing?
So everybody in the neighborhood has been saying he's been back, so he's good.
Okay.
This first game is in San Antonio, right?
Yes. San Antonio had the better record, I believe.
6. I give it 6.
You think 6, and who wins?
I give it. So we've talked about this last week. I want New York to win, but I'm afraid of what happens if New York wins.
Oh, I'm not afraid of it. I welcome it, but I just
that's what I mean. The video, first of all, gonna be some of the greatest shit in the world.
It'll be hilarious. I wish I had spare money. I would just go to New York just so I could be around to see what happens. But here's my thing. My heart is pulling for the Knicks, especially because as a Mavs fan, we don't fuck with the Spurs. There's that interstate rivalry that had happened in like Dirk and Tim Duncan's prime, where we would get the best of them every now and again, but they would ultimately finish the job and get chips. And we went to 2 finals and we could only pull off one of them. So there's this kind of hate for the Spurs intrinsically built in. However, just looking at the matchups and knowing that the greatest player in the world is on the Spurs, I think the Spurs take it in 7. The
greatest player. You mean the current best player in the world?
Yeah, he is.
Who, Wemby?
Yeah. By a lot. Like most people have said that Shea very kind of fraudulently got that MVP from him. It should have been Wemby. And like
Wemby, first of all, any man whose arms are the length of a semi-truck should not be legally allowed to play basketball.
That's the thing that's crazy, man, because was it here or was it with Roka where someone asked the question, would you rather have 5 Wembys, like they're clones, so they're all equally skilled, tall, all that kind of stuff, 5 Wembys or 5 Michael Jordans? Who's winning that? Now I was like, tenacity and the fact that he's the GOAT in Michael makes me want to say Michael, but when you see how absurdly long Wemby's arms are, and he can be in the middle of the paint and block you almost at the top of the key, I'm kind of like, 5.
I don't want to see 5 Wembys linked together doing a We Are the World with their arms.
Bro, you would have been able to just take 5 Wembys at the end of Us, and that would have been the Hands Across America to cover all of America.
That's insane but true. That's so insane but true.
Man.
I still don't go on 5 mics. Let me tell you something. 5 mics with a flu. Nigga, they out here. 5 mics.
And that's the thing. He faced the Mutombos and everything else. It's just that Wemby is like that evolution of he has the handles and the shooting of a wing player, but he has the blocking ability and the size of a ridiculous center.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it would be, again, I think this is one of those finals that I'll honestly say, no matter who wins, overall, it's good for the game.
I agree with that. If New York does, considering they haven't had a title since the 70s,
99, they haven't been to the final since 99.
They haven't been since 99. That's huge because Lord knows the Knicks have been trying. I'll tell you this, more than anything, in my heart, I want this for Spike. I really do. He has been so diehard and had his heart broken in so many different ways, from the Reggie Millers to the Trey, goddamn it, what's his name? Trey Young, the coming in where it looked like the Knicks finally would be able to do some shit, and Trey Young was out here talking about silence. Like, I really want this for him.
I believe if the Knicks win, the Knicks are going to hang Spike Lee from the rafters. I believe that is what they're going to do. I believe.
What?
Nigga!
Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, Spike Lee, first of all, I have all the love in the world for Spike Lee. Anyone who knows me knows my career would not have taken off the way it did without Spike Lee.
Of course.
Immensely grateful, always grateful. Spike Lee is such a staple and icon when connecting to the Knicks that they're gonna put like a backpack on him and hang him in the rafters with the banners. And he's just gonna be up there for a minute and just be like, this is what it feels like. Then they're gonna let him down. But you're gonna hang Spike in.
It's just
Nope, shouldn't say
mentioning
that.
A black man, let alone
I realized that too.
Black man that you're gonna hang him in the rafters. You could have said it any other way. You could have said they're gonna retire Spike's puffer jacket.
You're right.
They're gonna put his puffer jacket up there when they put the banner up.
Story.
You thought about it and it just sounds horrible, right? Well, there have been 2 blockbuster trades in the NFL. Myles Garrett has been traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Verse and 3 picks, a first next year, a second the year after, and a third the year after that. And A.J. Brown has finally been traded and released from the Eagles. And now
that's a sound from Cleveland from our who's not here producer Matt Thomas.
He definitely, bro. What killed me is he definitely texts. He's like, "Fuck my life. This is some bullshit." Like he was upset, and he's like, "Now I know how you feel." I was like, "No, you don't. No. This isn't like Luka for a number of reasons. The main one being Myles wanted out.
He's been wanting out of the team.
Myles either wanted them to figure it out, which he was very patient with, and they couldn't, or he wanted out so he has a real opportunity to go win a chip. So it's not the same because Luka literally loved Dallas. The team had gotten to the fucking finals. Mm-hmm. This was a pure vendetta from our GM, and that's why they're not the same. On top of the fact that you actually got some good shit. You got a young, legitimate piece in Jared Verse. You see how in that case, the superstar, the bigger of the 2 superstars was the older of the 2. So you actually got a younger piece that will not be Myles Garrett. Let's keep it a buck. If Myles Garrett is an A+, Jared Verse is still like an A-. Like he's going to dominate for years. He's just not going to be Myles. But then you also got 3 fucking picks. So like, fuck all that. We are not the same, goddammit.
Currently, if you want to go send your sympathies to Matt somewhere, add it
to the roast jokes. Add it to the roast jokes. How about that?
Add it to the or if you're in the Cleveland area, go find your nearest Snow Bunny gathering and watch him there at a bar.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Now, this is the thing that I brought up as an argument with Roka. Would Jordan actually pass the ball, though? Like, if anything, would he take it personally?
First of all,
would Jordan number 3? Hold on. Would Jordan number 3 take it personally that Jordan number 2 went off for 40 in the first game they played? And he's like, I'm not passing that nigga no more. I'm going off for 40.
No, because what would happen is Jordan would understand that the only person that can do this if Jordan can't do it is Jordan. So then Jordan would pass the ball to Jordan because Jordan know he would pass the ball to other Jordan and they would have the understanding and the cohesiveness. Y'all gonna stop making it seem like the go ain't gonna pass it. This nigga's not Kobe Bryant.
Kobe was worse. Kobe was worse, but Kobe, I gotta give Kobe credit because he did like where that may have been the thing that was the funny rumor going on. I just watched a really good YouTube documentary that somebody did about you could see the transformation of when he really leaned into it at first. Once like it was just him and Shaq was going like you got power and all that, but he was really just like fuck this, I got to do it myself. And then when there were nights he couldn't do it, he would try. So he like pass it to Meta World Peace, and Meta World Peace would be shooting 3-pointers with a full shot clock when you're already up 2 and then giving the ball away. So he wouldn't pass again. But then in that finals that he fought, that last one that he won against the Celtics, that you could see in that game, he couldn't make any shots. He was shooting horribly, but he had like 18 rebounds. And you saw him in a moment where he's like, Meta's open. Meta drains that fucking 3, and that's one of the so like you saw Kobe make the transition into somebody that's like, nah, we gonna get this done. However, we need to get it done. So,
but again, they're still not. Jordan understands that no one else.
This is it. The Mahler twins. That's the problem. Is he gonna go full Mahler twin? I'm the real Jordan. Y'all niggas the imitation. Because Wemby's in touch with his feelings. Wemby probably would be like, "Come on, bro, just pass it." Well, because Wemby, did you not know like a couple months ago, like they were trying to clown him because he like something happened and he was crying. It was like a positive thing that happened. He was crying. And they were trying to clown him. He's like, nah, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna tell you to do some ignorant shit of holding your feelings, and your emotions are part of who you are. And if you're not balanced, you're gonna be fucked up. So nah. So that's why I'm saying I feel like Wemby be like, you got this, my nigga. And it'd be a lot of him just passing to himself.
You niggas doing huddle. Wemby would be the type doing huddles with Wemby during the game. Talking about some, hold on.
Well, wait a minute. If Wemby had to huddle 4 other Wembys, they would literally huddle around the entirety of the court. So Jordan would be able to hear it because their huddle would be inside their huddle.
All arms spread.
All arms all the way around.
Come in.
But I gotta ask you, Jay, getting back to the NFL stuff, man. I mean, what do you think is the bigger trade? Is it AJ Brown to the Patriots, a team that just went to the Super Bowl, or is it Myles Garrett to the Rams, a team that was this close to the Super Bowl?
Myles Garrett to the Rams, because not only were they this close, you have the reigning MVP in Matt Stafford, and because Myles Garrett has come to the Rams, nigga, Aaron Donald looked at his helmet like Norman Osborn looked at the Green Goblin. Coward. You know you can come back and play. Do you know there's a potential of Aaron Donald returning to the league?
Here's the thing. They're already the Super Bowl favorites at this point because of this. They were already the favorites before. Their odds went even further up with this trade. If Aaron Donald comes back, there's no reason to play the season at that point. Just give them the ring. Just give them the ring. Because I guarantee you, first of all, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, and Jacoby Brissett, if he even decides to show up, all 3 of them niggas immediately shit themselves when Myles Garrett ended up in the division. But if Aaron Donald shows up, so you have them coming from both sides, bro, that's going to be worse than the worst blacked video you've ever seen with the little white girl on the couch, and there's like the 5 niggas in the back.
Hey, y'all just talk. I get what I said about Spike Lee. I understand. Nigga. I know what I said. However, my reference was not a black dot com, please.
Our last little bit of sports news we got to talk about, man. We got this video from Rich Paul talking about how he's been trying to advise athletes. Listen to this.
I got guys 22 making $200 million over the next 4 or 5 years. I got several of those guys, right? And by the way, but the reality of it is, I'm constantly telling them that's not a lot of money based upon where you're starting, because you're starting from zero. Right, so how do we understand how to compound that? Because they're done at 33. Everyone's not going to play to their 40. They're done when they're 33. That money's taxed. You know, they're paying a 55, 51% tax. Not to mention, jeans today, the ones they want that they're buying in excess, which they probably don't really need that, cost $2,000. It's not the same. His jeans cost $25. It's a difference. And so it's all relative. No athlete can afford to fly private all the time. Yet we see so many athletes on their Instagram flying private. I fly Delta. I cannot afford to fly private. And that's okay with me. You know what? And I'll sit in the Comfort Plus as well.
Comfort Plus?
Yeah, because I'm just trying to get where I'm trying to go to make the money. I'm not trying to spend the money. You know, I'm trying to get there, you know. And the times I do fly private, you will never see it on Instagram because it's not for show.
So
first off, before you say anything, do me a favor. Because I want people to understand the exact symbolism of who just spoke. Tell them who this is.
Rich Paul?
Yeah, please. For those who don't know who Rich Paul is.
I mean, if I remember correctly, isn't that LeBron's one of his best friend?
And agent.
Well, he is, yes, but he is the, if I'm not mistaken, he at this point is the top agent of sports agent in the league. The only person I think that might have him beat right now is the same one.
Is engaged to Adele. Here's what I'm trying to get people to understand.
With Adele, yeah, I forgot.
Here's what I'm trying to get people to understand. This is a dude. As an agent, you get a percentage of your client's money, right?
Right.
For the deals you broker.
Right.
Rich Paul has bread, but he's telling you, I live as if I'm basic check to check.
But that's how you stack your money. I give him credit because there's a couple things that I would say that's. I think two things can be true at once because people were clowning him for some of the stuff he said in there. I think the only thing that you might say, maybe he could have chose his words better, is the idea of saying 200 million ain't that much. That's a wild statement.
Jesus,
but
Christ. I'm sorry.
It is
Hey,
what?
Real quick, I need you to. Sorry to interrupt. My apologies. I need you to go to our private chat, and then we both have to collectively fire Dwayne right now.
I'm not firing Dwayne for that. That's just hilarious. That's just hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you, Dwayne. Do you mind? Yes or no? Do you mind if we say it?
Because it's fucking hilarious. We'll know it. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Yep.
Dwayne put it on the chat. Nah, his biggest flex is being engaged to the only ancestor who proves nobody.
And Dwayne then corrected himself. I was wrong. There's actually two. Haley Williams is the other one.
Yep.
But I will say this. My favorite sports documentary outside of OJ Made in America and The Last Dance is the 30 for 30 Broke. And it goes through the idea of you get these athletes who have these multi-million-dollar contracts, how typically within 5 years of retiring are broke. They have lost all of their money, whether it be from bad business deals, taking care of too many family members, or doing too many handouts, spending money too much because they're keeping up with the Joneses. AJ Brown got that new diamond necklace, so I had to get one with even more diamonds on it and shit. That level of information that he's giving in this, I think, is 100% spot on, and he deserves kudos for that. It's just the idea of saying 200 million ain't that much money. That's insane. That's genuinely an insane statement. But I think the way I would have positioned this is that $200 million does not go as long as you think it does if you're not careful.
Well, yes, but at the same time, I would rather be real. So for me, I agree with you. I still would rather be real. People are going to hear $200 million, right? He said it the way he needed to be said. When you are in this position in which you're in, number one, you're not getting 200 mil at once, right? You're, first of all, you're 50% taxed off the state in which you're in. Your representatives are getting percentages off of you off jump. So when it all breaks down, out of all of your money, you might leave with 30 to 40%.
I understand that. So hold on, because this is what I want. This is what I wanted to check real quick. So just for reference, if you took $10 million and put it in a high yield, which right now the high yield is at 4.3, you're making $430,000 a year for money that's literally not moving. So what I mean by that is I understand the lifestyle that they're living, and that's part of where the things he said, like you don't need 20 pairs of $2,000 jeans.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
All that shit is correct. It's one of those things specifically about the way that which is why I said two things can be true at once. I don't think the message is wrong. I think I understand why people got a little bit out of shape for it. I think we need to be able to read through the lines, but we also got to understand media literacy is gone. Nobody has that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't get me started on how bad media literacy is, because if people need to start, listen, I know what we're talking about in this regard, but also I want to say this on this show, in this podcast, that I've been saying on social media for the past 3 fucking weeks. When it comes to television shows and movies, can you all please, for the love of God, put your fucking phone down. Put your phone down. The reason being, a lot of you all come on social media asking questions saying you don't understand about this, that, and the third, and it was already explained.
Or there was a moment where it was explained maybe visually. It was like someone made an eye contact with somebody or whatever.
Yes.
Like the idea of like, how do they know to do whatever? Because they made eye contact and look, but you were looking at your phone, so you didn't see them actually look at each other, and that was the understood thing. So I agree with, man. But
yeah, again, I think when you're talking about, I agree. When you say you put this money in a high yield interest account and you don't touch it, that is having someone that has somebody on their team that says, hey, so for this year, hypothetically, you're going to bring in 20 mil, right? You only get to play with 10 mil this year. Now, you only get to play with 10 mil gross. So now you got to say, when you tell somebody that, that's not 10 mil net, because you don't have 10 mil net. You got about maybe 6 to 7 mil, if that.
Which is why, to that point, though, and this is kind of what he's saying about you don't need to fly private, you don't need to get all those genes. You got 6. Great. Put $1 million in that thing, and each year you put $1 million. If your contract gets bigger, put more than that. Like we were all, at least those of us that had parents that told us that, were saying, provided you got that money, man, you need to be putting like 20% of that check the fuck away, not only for rainy days, but for the future. So like, right. That's what I'm saying.
No, and I that's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that too. It's just the again, we're talking about wording, and I think wording plays a factor too when it comes to different lifestyles a person came up in. You were fortunate enough to have that lifestyle in the environment in which someone
said that to me. Yeah, no,
they said it to you that way, like, hey, this is what you need to do. But you get a lot of these young boys who just come in, for all intents and purposes, out the hood, and now they're just influx with cash.
I think honestly, my only thing was just it's just in the wording, and that's it, because otherwise that sounds like a perfect speech in my mind. If it had been something along like 200 mil is not as much money as you think it is if you're not careful. You say something like that, anybody goes, oh, $200 million. I said, if you're not careful. Did you not hear my caveat at the end of that shit? Because like that's the thing. There's no reason that 200 million should not like be generational changing wealth for somebody. And I get what you're saying, because the other part of it that was not really included in what he's talking about, it's been what, 5 or 6 years since nil deals started. So these kids have been getting money before they got those contracts in the NFL and the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So they already had about 5 or 6 mil coming out of college to then get the 200 mil they might make in a lifetime in their professional career. So that's the only thing. But I thought overall it was sound advice. I think that's exactly what we need to be telling these athletes, man, because it's sad when you hear that they went broke.
Agreed. Let's keep it moving, man.
Streamlabs.com/BlerdsNdahood/tip. Streamlabs.com/BlerdsNdahood/tip. Joseph Ashley writes in, thank you so much for the support. He says, X-Men 97 Season 2 has 8 black characters. Yes, I'm including Apocalypse. If we go by an old video from Dwayne McDuffie's words, it's considered a black show. Go Knicks. Well, I guess that's fair. Yeah, if 8 of the characters, yeah, that's respect.
Boy, I can't wait to see again. X-Men is gone woke,
which is hilarious to me. It's like, again, so you just never understood the X-Men.
Never understood.
But again, media literacy is dead. Like, media literacy is dead, man. All right, we didn't want to talk too much politics, but we do need to talk.
If I can say this, because I wanted to say, I didn't even want to say it to you when we talked earlier. There's a major story that just happened that is upsetting, and I won't go in full detail. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
The Rich Chow, Carmelo Anthony thing, the verdict that came out. You just
okay.
Dwayne might put it in the chat, but there's so much going on that normally we would go on that, and that would have been the beginning of the show. We'd have probably been an hour in on that subject. So for people who may ask later, why aren't we talking about this one certain thing? It's because that verdict was very frustrating and upsetting, and it lends itself to a lot of feelings. There are certain things that are happening politically that we always typically do talk about here on the show, and this is one of those times I felt like this is too much for even the two of us to talk about right now. I feel like this is too much for us to talk about right now. When you find it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
You said Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah, his name's Carl. But also look up Rich Chow.
I forgot. Carmelo Anthony was the name of. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, what?
Yep. Now you see what I said. That's why I was like, so for those who know, we wanted to acknowledge it, but it's
the fast version without really getting into this right now because we just both can't talk about it. They've decided to give him an all-white jury.
And then there was a dude who, and then so there's two different stories. I'm sorry. And then there's another story of a young black boy who was shot and murdered in a store from a Korean clerk who said he was stealing, but was shot in the back over a bottle of water and murdered. And the dude was found not guilty. So, I have thoughts, and I'll just say this: stop fucking supporting Korean stores in your neighborhoods. Plain and simple, especially in black neighborhoods. They don't respect us. Don't respect them. Not saying tear the stores up. Not saying any of that. I'm saying don't patronize them. That's what I'll say to that.
Jesus, man. And it looks like they even on top of that, I remember this story now. It brought up a video from local news. No black jurors selected. They struck 3 female educators from the jury pool, which considering he was a student, like I feel like that would have been something like wise to have somebody within that field that would have been working with him. The judge rejected defense challenges and non-racial means to strike the jurors is what they claim, even though they struck every single black juror that was there. It's kind of crazy. Yep,
this is where we're at, which brings on to another subject of how the Supreme Court has just allowed the way for Alabama to eliminate a majority black district for voting. So, while Dr. Umar is still doing bitch ass diatribes over the roast of Kevin Hart, he ain't said shit about our voting rights being taken away in the South, state by state. I digress. But with that being said, speaking of voting, primaries were held in several states yesterday: Iowa, California, Michigan, which other states were there? There were a couple of New Jersey, and a lot of these would be very integral to leading into the midterms in November. Will determine a lot of Senate as well as congressional seats. And
governors
as well. Now, California is one that has garnered a lot of national attention because primarily not because of its governor's race, because we know Governor Gavin Newsom can no longer run his last.
Well, that has drawn a lot of attention because specifically what the problem was with the California governor's race is the fact that you had 2 strong Republican candidates, and then you had like 12 fucking Democratic candidates, and none of these niggas would drop. So you ended up in a scenario where there was a genuine concern that we were going to see the way that California works. It is a no party primary. So whatever top two candidates, they move on to the actual general election, and the rest are dropped off. So the concern was you were going to end up with 2 Republican candidates, and both of them are fucking insane. As of the results right now, as they are, it's still too early to call, but it looks like it will end up being Steve Hilton and Xavier Becerra going for it, which sucks just in the sense that Hilton is definitely the crazy one. He is also the Trump endorsed candidate, and Becerra is just so status quo ass, ridiculous ass shit. Most people, as weird as it sounds, were pulling for Tom Steyer. It's weird because he's a billionaire, but this man puts his money where his mouth is and actually gives a fuck about a number of things. He actually supports the wealth tax out here, which Becerra does not. So like there's this all this other shit that it was like Steyer looked a lot like the way we see Mark Cuban move, like how Cuban did cost plus drugs and shit, where he actually is doing good things with his money. So it does look like it's going to be Becerra and Hilton out here running for governor in November.
That wasn't the main thing I wanted to bring up, my brother.
I know which one you wanted to talk about. I'm going to let you have it.
The discussion has been the Los Angeles race for mayor. Excuse me. Incumbent Mayor Karen Bass is seeking her second term, and again, just like Winston said with governor, how there were over 12 different candidates who decided to throw their hat into the race, and about 9 of them knew they had no fucking shot. The same applied to mayor of the city of Los Angeles. Now, here's another thing for those who are unaware. Every city that surrounds Los Angeles is not included within Los Angeles. There are unincorporated townships, right? There's Los Angeles, the city. There's LA County. And then there's the suburbs around. The biggest thing, again, incumbent Mayor Karen Bass, a lot of people have really been against her because of her, what they deem as her response to the Palisades fires 2 years ago, when a lot of people just needed somebody to fucking blame. Let's just say that part. You had Nithya Raman, who was one of the grassroots. She was a former, I believe she was an assemblywoman, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
She was an assemblywoman who was running.
Who I was she was a city council member.
City councilwoman, excuse me. She was a city councilwoman who was running for mayor. And then out of no fucking where, you had failed reality TV personality. I refuse to say the word star when I mention him. Failed reality TV personality Spencer Pratt from the show The Hills. Now, Spencer Pratt's whole reason for running is because he said the mayor let his house burn down in the Pacific Palisades during the fire and did nothing about it. Well, here's the issue. It has been proven that Spencer Pratt, because he's a fucking moron, him and his wife blew all of his money back into like 2012 because they thought the Mayan prophecy of the end of the world was going to come true. He blew all his money, gave money away, bought crystals and all this shit. Henceforth, one of the things he did not have with his home was fire insurance. So when his house burned down, he was fucked. And he wanted to blame someone else than himself. You know, sort of the thing mediocre white men tend to do on a regular basis. So he jumps into the race. Now, most people can have an idea what they want to do, have a plan, and they can just say certain things and make it sound nice. But every time someone asks Spencer Pratt what was his plan for the city, this motherfucker has not one at all. You know what his campaign ads were? All AI-generated videos.
Dude, did you see that one asshole that the content creator that was like, oh, I did this as a joke, but it really just became a free ad for fucking Spencer Pratt, where it was host for Spencer Pratt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking pissing me off, bro.
So here's the issue. Number one, LA is typically blue. Typically. And I say that because LA has its pockets of very racist individuals. It absolutely does. Now, there are a lot of people who voted for those of us who live in Los Angeles. The San Fernando Valley is considered part of Los Angeles. So we vote for the LA mayor. There are people who are not part of Los Angeles who do not vote for the LA mayor.
And let me give you some examples because these dumbasses were trying to get it. They were trying to ask why it wasn't on their ballot. So people in Beverly Hills, dumb motherfuckers. You had people, unfortunately, in Inglewood asking where is Spencer Pratt on my ballot? This is bullshit. You literally have people from all over. And just to give you an idea, there are 88 cities within Los Angeles County. So that they all do not they don't get to vote for Los Angeles mayor because they do not reside within the city of Los Angeles. It is the mayor of the city, not the county.
So here's the thing. People say the homeless problem, the housing situations, the homeless problem. Homeless is a situation. There's a thing. Every city is dealing with homelessness. Let's not just act like LA is the hub of it. The reason people come to LA to be homeless, everyone is told in every single state, if you have to be homeless, you go to LA because of the weather. I don't know if y'all knew this. That's why homeless people bring themselves to LA because of the weather. But every single major city, there's not a one that does not, has a homeless epidemic. Why? Because the cost of housing has gone exponentially through the roof.
Now, what a lot of people don't realize, there's a lot of folks that hold full-time jobs, but literally just because of the cost of living, and you just ended up in one scenario where you got laid off temporarily, you got another job, but you didn't in time from getting evicted. They just couldn't afford to get into a new place. And they are working full-time jobs.
Literally having a membership to a gym, not to work out, but just to take a shower every single day, or living out of cars and things like that. So Spencer Pratt comes in. The biggest issue is this man has no experience, no qualifications, no understanding, no plan, no anything of the sorts. And in the voting, because they said some more votes came in.
They did. He's right as of right now. Karen Bass has 35% at 183,701. Spencer Pratt is in second with 29.9% of the votes at 157,116. And Nithya Raman is in third with 22.8% at 119,809.
So here's the issue. I want to bring this up to Joseph Ashley. I was going to say, why the fuck is your profile picture Mike Kalinowski? Anyway.
Is that Sydney Sweeney over his shoulder too?
Yeah, what the... Anyway. Blast is clear. Blast is not clear that she doesn't control the county, so she's hurting herself. That is not up to her to keep telling people over and over again that she does not run LA County. That is not up to her to keep saying that. Because that's going to be... You're repeating something to people who just don't want to hear it.
Now, I will say this, man. I voted for Rob.
Perfect? Absolutely not.
Like there was a lot of problems. There's a number of things that she did that were not great, including striking down, like vetoing bills that had passed in city council where she still has a say in what she has to sign off, just like the president does when Congress passes bills, of like being able to put affordable housing next to these metro stops that have gone up. She straight up vetoed a couple of those that did not come up with any sort of ulterior sort of bills to try and deal with that. There's a number of things that she did.
What I've heard,
however,
go ahead.
I was going to say, however, knowing that this is where we are now ended up between Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt, I'm going to tell you right the fuck now, I am not fucking voting for Spencer Pratt. I will have to vote for Karen Bass at this point if these are my two options in the general, man.
It literally, it is baffling to me. Again, I get it. People want somebody to blame overall. People keep going, well, Karen Bass was out of town when the fires were happening. She was on an official trip when the fires were going. She did not know fires were going to happen, by the way. Do you know that those were wildfires that were caused by high winds that were uncontrollable by nature? But I digress. Well, why wasn't there water in the reservoirs? Well, there has to be snow in a lot of places for the reservoirs to get water.
I wasn't even going to go to that part. I was going to go I was just going to say that the fact that the fire chief said there actually was plenty of water, but you have to understand that they were being tapped in so many different places at so many different times. Of course,
never going to be enough.
The pressure kept going down because it was too much that they were trying to contain.
And the winds kept going up. Every time the fire, you thought the winds kept spreading the fire.
And to answer this question, Zeno Hour, there's no other Democrat to primary Karen Bass. So remember what we had mentioned with California. They have their primaries, when it comes to this stuff, is a no party general primary. So it's the top two candidates. So Nithya Raman was running as a Democrat. She just couldn't get over the hump. So the top two, one Democrat and one Republican in this case, Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt, are most likely going to end up with this because it's pretty much.
And there were 9 to 10 other people as well with the mayoral race who did not want to drop out.
8, 9, 10, 11 is even worse.
11 other people who did not want to drop out because, I feel I have a chance. You had no shot in hell. I just hate to say it that way. But again, what I'm basically bringing up is the fact that there are people, whether it be jokingly or seriously, or also your true colors are shining through, are giving Spencer Pratt a fucking option, a choice, a chance as an option. Why? I get it. We want to allow mediocre white men to think they can do whatever the fuck they want, but to control the fourth largest economy in the country. The world. Are you serious?
Yeah, in the world. Because we're the largest economy in the country.
We're the largest economy in the country. The fourth largest. California and Los Angeles control the fourth largest economy in the world. And you want a motherfucker who was willing to bankrupt himself because he thought a Mayan prophecy was coming to fruition? Let me say this from the bottom of my heart to whoever is watching this show right now. You can replay it. You can solo me. I do not give a damn. I've been trying to hold my tongue this entire episode. Let me say this from the bottom of my heart. If you voted for Spencer Pratt thinking it's a good thing, you can literally consider yourself dead to me because you are trying to wish for the worst. You're telling me your whiteness, because more than likely you got to be a white person. If you're a black person, you're a motherfucking moron. But
remember the people from Inglewood were asking where Spencer Pratt was on the ballot. So there was some dumb niggas in there. But
like I said, motherfucking moron. It applies to you, especially to the black people. Like, well, this isn't a fair election. Why can't I vote for him? Bitch, move. Learn your different zip code. Then maybe you could have voted for him. And if you still would have voted for him, you can get hit by a bus blindfolded. Now, we are running through this situation We are running through this shit with Trump being in office again because you bitches the first time was like, oh, what harm can a failed reality TV show and multiple time failed businessman do? How much harm can he do as fucking president? And we're living
Sir, this nigga spitting.
Damn, nigga.
Living through this shit again. And so now people in Los Angeles have the mitigated gall to sit there and think this retarded motherfucker Spencer Pratt is the person to choose. Get the fuck out of here.
Streamlabs.com/blerdsndahood/tip. Streamlabs.com/blerdsndahood/tip if you want to support the show. You can also use Venmo or Cash App if you want to send anything in. Fred Tastic sends in some more support. Thank you so much, Fred Tastic, saying, hey, Blerds, showing support from a show. With the finals happening right now, what do you think is your favorite single game in a finals you've seen? Mine was seeing Dr. J getting his first championship since I was just getting introduced to basketball as a kid.
You already know where I'm going, baby. Come on. You can try to say yours.
I'm assuming you were going to say flu game.
You already know. Flu game Jordan, baby.
It's gotta be the Mavs winning their first title, like, for sure. Like, I think especially because, and I'm glad that like Dirk and Dwayne Wade actually were on a show and they finally like aired that out and squashed it, and Dwayne Wade apologized to him. But I don't know if you remember that Dirk had the flu at one point where he was sick. He didn't play the game with the flu, but he was coughing a whole bunch because there was like a day break or whatever. So then you had Dwayne Wade and LeBron like, I'm sick, I guess I can't play. Acting like fucking children when it was like, dude, he's legitimately sick. Motherfucker went off for 30 on their ass off of that shit. And so I appreciate the fact that Dirk got a chance to talk to Dwayne. Dwayne was like, hey, man, I was young. That was some ignorant shit to do. I should have apologized to you back then. I apologize now. That was some bullshit. And he's like, karma's a bitch. That's also why you got that ring. You were cooking, and you just cooked us even harder after that shit. So,
yeah, hey, man. Again, you already know, like you said, flu game. I want to address this. Alan Smith said, it doesn't matter who you vote for. California sucks right now. Aside, California has always had the highest gas tax. We've always paid the highest gas. We've always had the highest income, housing. It's always been that. What would make you say California sucks right now? Because, yeah, things are high everywhere. I want to know exactly. Besides,
I would say California, like, it's interesting to say California sucks. I would say California doesn't suck for two main reasons. I mean, the one is, at least LA, the consistency of the weather. I'll give you that much. But I think the other thing that why you have people that remain in California, I don't know, I like rights. Like, I was born and raised in Texas. I love Texas, but I'm not moving back there any fucking time soon. Especially not when I'm about to get married and the idea of us potentially having kids. I don't need to be in a scenario where, heaven forbid, Kristen was pregnant and something went sideways and now we can't get proper care because of the bullshit that they've put in fucking life. Like, we're not doing that. Literally, this Carmelo Anthony story we're talking about, it's in Collin County. I grew up in Collin County. That's literally where I grew up. That they did this all-white jury shit. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. The unfortunate thing we've said is we're paying a premium for rights. Like, and a further premium by being in LA versus some of the other cities for the weather. So,
hold on. Where's this one? I want to show you something. It was a fucking video that I just saw on Instagram yesterday, I believe it was. And it is, we talk about all the shit rights and things like that.
While you're looking for it, keep finding it. I'm gonna go ahead and start this next story, and when you have it up, we'll take a look at it, man. But we got to talk as two actors in the industry, as two people that are doing this YouTube thing as well. We have to talk about the two movies that have dominated the box office: Obsession and The Backrooms. Now, for those that aren't familiar, Obsession, you've got written and directed by a YouTuber, Curry Barker, excuse me. And then The Backrooms, for those that aren't familiar, is a story like that was essentially like a scary web series on YouTube that then was so popular they ended up doing this full-blown feature. And boy, did they fucking break records. So I didn't bring up the numbers real quick. Did you find your video? Because then I can go get the numbers real fast.
Yeah, I'm about to put it on the screen real quick.
Okay, great. So just to know some of the things that they've done, and again, I will get to the further numbers here. The Backrooms has become A24's highest grossing film of all time domestically in 5 days.
Yep.
5 fucking days.
5
Did
days.
Did the Backrooms end up doing those kind of numbers? But let's see. Hold on. I want to bring up this thing with Obsession and Backrooms because the numbers they put out are kind of ridiculous, and then leads into an interesting conversation just about where does Hollywood look kind of going forward, man. So Obsession was made for $750,000. It wasn't even $1 million movie. They have so far grossed $156 million as of this story that was written today. It's at $156 million. Do you understand how many? That's 156 times its budget. That does not happen. And they also did something that was unprecedented. Movies never see their. You need to step out.
Just go. Just keep talking.
That's fine. That's fine. Movies never on the next weekend or any subsequent weekends go up in their box office. There is always a drop. The fact that it had, I believe, the box office increased by like 80% from weekend 1 to weekend 2 for Obsession, and again has continued to make money every single fucking weekend. It is genuinely just fascinating to see. And I saw Obsession, man. I actually saw it today. Fuck. That shit is disturbing. It is good. It is very good, but Jesus, is it disturbing? Have you seen it yet?
No, I have not.
I got it. I just no. Here. I did this. I just clicked on myself. So now.
Okay. I heard about it, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either one yet, but I've heard it's being labeled as incel horror.
That's exactly what. That's actually a very good, because I was sitting here thinking, what am I going to talk about in my review? Because I'm going to do a review of it. It'll be up on my channel. I'll do my plugs later. The quick version of the story, guys, without giving too much away or any of the twists. It's a monkey paw type movie where this guy's in love with this girl. She's really not interested, so he makes a wish, and the wish is for this girl to love him. Love him more than anybody else on the planet. Well, in doing so, it's a monkey paw type situation. It does not give him exactly what he wants. She does love him, but it goes completely sideways.
Right.
It very much feels like incel horror because when you start to listen, when you watch the movie and you see all these other little things that are like happening throughout the movie, it was like, first of all, my nigga, you had somebody else that was interested in your ass and you ignored her the whole time and was a better fit for you in the first place. And second of all, you really set this up in a way where it's like, she's going to be mine and nobody else's and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, this really does feel like it's a horror film, bro. So, man, it is really good, but it is very disturbing.
I'm going to watch it. I saw, like I said, the incel horror thing and how people are judging it. And they're like, it's a whole genre, because there's several movies that are like that, because there are several horrors where it's the whole thing is the guy feels obligated to the woman, where he feels like he should have her no matter what, and her own, things like that. I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. That's real life, but to have it as film. But let me show you this real quick sidebar. This is a video I saw from a comedian named Blake Wexler. Let me see. God damn it. I'm trying to make it go. I don't know how to. I used to.
What are you trying to do? Make it full screen?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah, I used to know how to make these damn things full screen.
Yeah. I will. Give me 1 second. I will
go to a page, and this is the one I'm going to go to. There you go. Listen to this.
Telling us that they're denying coverage for our twins staying in the NICU, and if you thought that was inhumane, you're right. But listen to this. They didn't address it to me or my wife, like human adults. They addressed the letter to the baby. Sadly, I guess it is appropriate that our preemie baby's first experience in the world is having its healthcare coverage denied. I guess my only other question for United Healthcare is that if the baby was still in the womb, would you have sent the letter to my wife and had her eat it in order to get it to the baby? So my wife and I just got a letter from United Healthcare telling us that they're denying coverage.
That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely fucking crazy.
Bruh, address the letter to the baby. I mean, and you wonder why we have a Luigi.
I was gonna say hashtag free Luigi. I just
it's United Healthcare.
Yeah. Yep. That's shit, dude. They clearly learned nothing. Is what we've gotten out of this. They're doing the same shit, different day, man. But yeah, I ask you this, man, because this is the whole thing. So you're talking about two different projects now, and within a couple weeks of each other, that came out of the internet sphere and have launched at the forefront of like the movie box office for these last couple of weeks. Do you think this is going to have a major shift on the industry, or what do you think?
So, yes and no. And here's why I say this. You are going to have these legacy directors, number one, but you're also going to have these up and coming, about to break through directors who are always going to be at the forefront. I think this may be, until it happens more frequently, I think this is a ripple in time. And not dismissing either one of them's accomplishments, because, again, for them to make the money they've made and the profit they've made in such a short time on such a small budget is immensely incredible. But I think right now, because the consumer is clamoring for something that's not the norm.
I think the other thing with it too, though, is because I mentioned this when I was talking to Roke about it yesterday. I think we need, like, the problem is a lot of these execs are not opening their eyes to actually see what the culture's feeling, to quote Kendrick. Because think about how many of like the mega stars of this generation are actually all internet folks that launch. So first of all, if you want to just talk from music, the first one that comes to my mind, even though he's a little bit of a crash out and a druggie now, is Justin Bieber. Like the fact that he was discovered playing drums on YouTube and then became one of the biggest musical artists in the world. But specifically when you're talking Hollywood, Issa Rae, Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl, starts a web series on YouTube, then does her own kind of website, and then next thing you know, Overall Deal does Insecure and is who she is. Donald Glover, while he's at NYU, he does Derek comedy with some of his best friends from college. All those sketches go well enough that it catches the eye of Tina Fey, ends up writing for 30 Rock, and then becomes fucking Donald Glover / Childish Gambino. Quinta Brunson, she goes and she starts with BuzzFeed, which BuzzFeed was primarily on YouTube, but then breaks off herself, does her own sketches, ultimately ends up on Black Lady Sketch Show, and then fucking writes Abbott Elementary and is who she is now at this point. There have been a number of instances that if you actually are paying attention to these people that have garnered audiences and that are doing good work, they will bring the fucking audience, but you have to pay attention to that. And this is that thing. You don't need a $200 million budget. You just need a solid motherfucking idea and a decent amount of money and somebody that's hungry to make that shit happen.
To piggyback on that, you just need more A24s and more neons. Because if you're looking at it, you get, Quinta gets ABC and everything with Abbott, right? And Disney. Issa gets Warner. Donald Glover gets Broadway.
She's now at, I don't know if you knew, she's over at Paramount.
Paramount now. She's over at Paramount. But I'm just saying the initial deal.
Yeah.
And then it took, Issa has to have the co-sign of Larry Wilmore at the time. Because she was unproven.
Well, I will say this. Anybody that hasn't been like in a traditional writer's room like that, and even if they have, typically gets paired with somebody that has been a showrunner to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but what I think is, when it comes to movies like this, you have the big studios aren't willing to take the chance. They're afraid of taking the chances. A24, Neon, those are the ones that are willing to take the chances and willing to be like, yo, we can do this.
But that's why I think that the lesson to be learned from this is not just, hey, they've already got like some stuff, like a proof of concept in that, hey, Backrooms, one of the biggest web series to ever be one. And so like it made sense to make that next step. Again, look at the budgets. The problem is they are all looking in, because a lot of tech bros are pushing them to do this as well. And they're thinking about shareholders and everything. They're thinking, what can I put 100 to 150 million into and then get out $500 million to $1 billion? You need to think in the terms of, like, say, The Blackening, where it's like, here's $5 million and they return 15. Or again, in this case with Obsession, you put in $750K and that shit has had 156 million fucking dollars. Sorry, 175. I apologize.
I'm sorry. You went from 156 to 175.
So that's all. It's like, because think about it in terms of like what people keep using as a rubric. Mandalorian
together.
Mandalorian and Grogu, remember? Everybody!
If you look at it that way, if I'm not mistaken, look at it like I'm looking at it with the Prime subs.
I added those in. We're not there yet.
We just gotta.
Unless you got some on Cash App, we are at $86.
How much?
We're at $86.
Oh, I looked at it differently then. So what? Because I added.
We're close.
Wait.
We're $14 away, but I've been plugging it into an Excel spreadsheet. So yeah, it would be.
Because you know how to count the Prime subscription. That's why I was like,
yeah. I added it in here.
Oh, okay. Because I saw for 9 months, so I was like, oh, is that times that, or is it just one?
Yeah, no. Yeah. So it's
oops. Don't act like y'all heard that then. So
we're not taking a shot quite yet. And though, again, we are $14 away. If you would like for us to take a shot, you want to celebrate with us, you want all that kind of stuff, do that. Real quick, Haskell, shout out to his Streamlab. Thank you so much. And then this just came in as SL_ID_0055AEC2-9491-3D4C-. I guess AI fucks with our show and they are now watching. But shout out for that donation as well. And we did just get another Prime sub in, so we are actually not that far off at this point. Now we are, only $9 away. So we can get 2 more Prime subs or whatever. Yeah.
So I just know the actual dollars and cents that's in front of me that I see on the thing, and I just go off of that.
There it is. Go ahead and play it now, because of course, friend of the show, Caster everybody. Caster says happy early Juneteenth,
which is crazy. Which is crazy, by the way.
Oh no, I love that. Isn't that your favorite day to text random white people? Hey, it's Juneteenth. Send a nigga $1.
Do you remember that meme that always happy Juneteenth? Send your black friend $50. Oh my god, I remember those days.
Oh man, I said it in jest, and then I was like, oh my god, people are actually sending me money.
Hey, Casper, do we have to? I want to look in the comments. Do I have to show you this cup again so you can basically like, oh, hey, this is crazy. This is crazy. Take a shot and a half of the premature.
Damn.
Okay, Kazzer, can you see?
Oh, I gotta go above the head.
Because I don't want to hear his fucking mouth.
Cheers. Thank you to everybody that supported.
Yeah,
appreciate you. Ooh, Lord. Hit me right in my chest.
All right. Well, while we're talking about movies, I want to do something new on the show. I want to take some time and do something different.
Okay.
So we're going to try to do a few different things to get you guys to be engaged with it, as well as have a little fun between the two of us. I don't know if Winston's seen this one. So
I saw it was there, but I didn't open it.
Make a movie with only $1,000.
Other way. You lean the other way because you just blocked yourself. Unless you're trying to block yourself. There you go.
No, am I this way?
Yeah, that's where you want to be. Too far. Just sit straight up. Right there. Don't move. No, right there. Now you're in the frame. There you go.
Okay. According to what I see, I'm not, but whatever. So you can make a movie with $1,000. So you have director, a lead actor, and a lead actress. Now these are the choices because this will also be on the podcast. For $500, you can do Ryan Coogler, $300 Tyler Perry, $400 F. Gary Gray, $400 Jordan Peele. For lead actor, for $500 Lorenz Tate. For Kofi Siriboe, $200. Daniel Kaluuya, $300. Michael Ealy, $400. Lead actress, Nia Long, $500. Gabrielle Union, $400. Regina Hall, $300. And Jada Pinkett Smith, $200.
All right.
So you have $1,000 to make a movie.
Okay. I'm going. See, the problem is they did this wrong. You don't have enough numbers there to like you gotta fluctuate. You know what I'm saying? Like give me like a 5, 4, 3, and 2. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm just going off of what I know, but that's why I presented it as
because the problem is it then kind of forces me, if I want Ryan Coogler, the only other options is either I have no lead actress, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
so
or
that
no
I
lead
have
actor.
to go. That I
Or
have to
no
go.
lead actor.
Same, or no lead actor. But I'm just kind of looking at the math. It's either then I go Jada and Daniel, or I go Kofi and Regina if I want to do a Ryan Coogler movie. But I think for that reason, then I'm going Jordan Peele, Daniel, and Regina. That's gonna be my movie.
Shouts out to they're on. Okay. Shouts out to Wiley OFC with the super chat. Did not know they were on. Just give me.
It might be. We're streaming on my channel too, so it may have come through that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But dope.
So just give him Coogler and Union, and that's who we got. Okay, so that's his. That's what I'm saying. So yours again is
Peele, Kaluuya, and Hall.
Yeah.
If I only got $1,000, Peele, Kaluuya, and Hall.
Yeah. No, you know what? Damn. Yeah, that's the same one I got. Because I know the horror movie I want to make with them two is going to be the horror movie made with them will be insane. I think Regina Hall has had her funny horror movie moments out of Scary Movie. But I think
I know people feel some type of way about One Battle After Another, but I know she's done other serious movies, but just seeing her in that just reminded me of how good of a serious actress she is, and that's all you need. Like, you could put that same thing with Daniel. Jordan and Daniel are like this, the same way that like Coogler is with Michael B. Jordan. So,
all right, let's change the game. Let's change the game. So, you get 1,500, so you can get a chance to really get who you want.
Then why don't we say let's split it, because 15 would just mean you can get all the 500s. Why don't we say you get 1,200? Because even just
12. Let's do 12. Shout out to Dwayne, our producer Dwayne. Dwayne says F. Gary Gray, Daniel Kaluuya, and Regina Hall in a Fast and Furious prequel about Roman's parents. Ooh.
That's actually amazing. So then you get Tyrese for free.
Oh, you know he's just gonna do it. I just want to be there.
Well, no, he needs the money. No, he needs the money. That's why he was pressuring them to do more Fast movies when they at the time they were not trying to do all that. So okay, if I got
$1,200,
then I'm going Coogler, Kaluuya, and then Gabrielle Union.
$1,200. I'm going action hard. I'm going F. Gary Gray, Michael Ealy, and Gabrielle Union.
I like that. That would, I mean, Ealy and Union as like they are fantastic together because they've done a couple movies together at this point.
Oh, and Gabrielle Union. When I think of action, I've loved Gabrielle Union's body of work. Again, I go back to all of the early aughts with the Deliver Us from Eva. Breaking all the rules, all the things. But when she hit as Sid in Bad Boys 2, that changed the way I saw Gabrielle, and I wish I saw her more. I didn't get a chance to see the series that she had done from Spectrum, but you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. But that's why I liked Kaluuya and Union, because Kaluuya obviously has done plenty of action, both the horror action that you got out of, say, Get Out and or Nope. But like he was in Black Panther, like the moments obviously that he has in like it's not action based, it's more like drama, but obviously oh my god. Civil rights movie, Jesus Christ, he won his Oscar for it.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Thank you. Jesus. So I don't know why my brain fully wiped as the shot did it. But yeah, I would say, Dwayne gave some. Dwayne goes, did you already say this? You did about the Roman's parents thing. Okay, yeah. We hungry. That's hilarious. I didn't realize that Dwayne said it. I thought that you had just read that from somebody else. That was my fault.
Okay.
It was my fault. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Hush. But Haskell, if your guts and glory, then that did come through. He asked if the Prime sub came through, but yeah, that'd be it. Man, I wish there were some other ones that like some other instances of this, because I would love to play this game again. This specifically with the whole black.
If I can find one real quick while we go ahead and talk. I'll
yeah, because the only thing we got left is the Karens into do our plugs. Because like where I would go outside of this that I was thinking is like, I would love to throw Michael B. Jordan in the mix. I would love to throw Nia Costa in the mix.
For directors.
I would love to honestly new young face like Chase Infinity. You could do it for like 100 just because she's newer, but I thought she was fantastic in one battle. So like I would love to see that kind of stuff, man. You know what I mean? So someone goes, "Can we?" This kills me. Can we trade Jada for Megan?
Megan who? The Stallion?
No, nigga, good.
Oh.
Though, please tell me you saw she has teased her new music video album.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put on the run sheet, brother.
Bro, oh shit. Warrant out for Brandon Ayuk's arrest in Northern California.
For who?
Brandon Ayuk, the dude that signed that big contract for the Niners, then completely fucking disappeared, didn't show up to no practices, no games, no nothing, and essentially voided out his long-term contract. Though what's killing me is someone tweeted, "Wow, that's an interesting way for Brandon Ayuk to announce he's signing with the Chiefs." And I was like, "Hey, yo, that's the oh my god." Interesting. Someone goes Peel, DK, Kofi, and Regina, the Howling remake. That's actually really good.
Bro, have you ever seen the Howling?
Really, I have not, but that's a good.
So the Howling is about werewolves. First of all, Zeno Hour. Dude, black werewolves are a thing that should happen for more often. Damn, that's crazy.
I also forgot you. I don't know if you remember, Kaluuya was in Kick-Ass 2.
Yes, he is. Black Death.
He was Black Death. And when they watched the Russian woman like destroy, he was in the oh my god, like throwing up everywhere.
When she was beating shit up. Yeah, man.
Okay, Haskell. Yeah, sorry, your Streamlabs comment didn't come through. Haskell says my Streamlabs comment was about the trailer for By Any Means with Yaya and Wahlberg. You guys should react to it. Yaya's in the FBI teams up with Wahlberg, who's in the mafia, and they basically beat up and kill tons of racists. I did see the trailer. It does look pretty fucking good.
Time out. There's a trailer where Mark Wahlberg beats up a bunch of racists.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He does. Well, he's playing a mafioso that ends up working with the FBI with Yaya, who works in the FBI because he doesn't want to go to jail. So he goes and he helps him out, and they're literally hunting Klansmen more or less. It's almost Inglourious Bastards in America.
Did you see the trailer for How to Rob a Bank?
I have not.
It's with Nicholas Hoult, John C. Reilly, Zoe Kravitz. The trailer is great. It's very action-packed, but the problem is they gave the whole fucking movie away in the trailer.
I'm really getting sick of that shit. I'm getting real sick of that shit. Ooh, Dwayne comes back in and goes, Peel, Ely, and Jada, Nymphomaniac remake, and we're going to make Will act up. Shit, here's the ode to Karens.
And now, an ode to Karens, brought to you by Blerds N The Hood. Now, before we go into this dedication, you must be asking yourself, well, what is a Karen and what does it mean? Well, Karen is a mocking slang term for an entitled, obnoxious, middle-aged white woman, especially as featured in memes. Karen is generally stereotyped as having a blonde bob haircut, asking to speak to retail and restaurant managers to voice complaints or make demands, and being a nagging, often divorced mother from Generation X. Karens most notably have been known now to call the police on black people when they're just doing this thing called living. You know, something that God allowed them to do. This includes Barbecue Becky, Permit Patty, Sleepin' Sarah, and a host of others. And typically Karens feel that because they are white women, they are entitled to do whatever they want and make life choices based on their insecurities as well as fears. Well, here are a few moments of wild Karens caught in their natural habitat.
I would like to point out very quickly two things that popped up on my Twitter feed before you do the we have a chat today, right?
Yes.
One, apparently Lena the Plug is filed for divorce from Adam 22. So I guess he probably really never got over that black dude that fucked his wife that he like literally was cucked for.
So
what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead, say this thing.
Well, it's not related to that particular comment. I had something else I was gonna bring up.
So
do you know him?
So much, I know Adam, and I have so much shit I want to say, but I know I'm gonna run into Adam so much.
So then don't say it.
it's like you thought the whole shit was gonna be you got a badass wife, Lena's bad as shit. Y'all both gonna get in this industry together. Yeah, y'all probably will work together and then you'll work separately, and you gonna be quote unquote cool with everything. But when Lena got beasted out, changed everything.
That shit was wild. But somebody, and this is again where I know we're in the stupidest era of the modern age. Someone said Tom Holland spoiling the plot to the Odyssey is career suicide with Nolan. But you aware that the Odyssey is one of the most famous books / stories of all time that a lot of people had to read in middle school or high school for their lit or English classes?
You remember that thing? Remember, I want you to go back about 45 minutes in the show, right? Remember we talked about this thing called media literacy?
Mm-hmm.
This is the proof that it doesn't exist, where there are people who are literally going, he spoiled the ending to the Odyssey. The fuck are you talking about?
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Also, if you are one of those people, and again, I know it's typically not people in the neighborhood who rock with us. If you're one of those people who all of a sudden called yourself being mad because Lupita Nyong'o was Helena Troy or Elliot Page is Achilles, which is a go kill yourself. And here's why. You're mad that Helena Troy now is not a white chick. You can still beat off to Lupita Nyong'o because she's beautiful, but it's not a white chick you can rub one out to. You're mad they quote unquote race swapped. But
Casper said I was so bad. I was so bad when someone spoiled the Passion of the Christ for me. Fantastic, Casper. Applause. But
here's the thing. You're mad that they race swapped for the movie, especially first going off to Lupita Nyong'o from a white woman to a black woman. But what you're not bringing up is Helena Troy was hatched from an egg. You ain't got a problem with that one. Shut the fuck up. And
I forgot about that.
Helena Troy was hatched from an egg. Also, Achilles, you're mad because you can't beat off to him being Brad Pitt. But Achilles is a ghost, not even an essential part of the story. But you're mad at that it's Elliot Page. You probably won't be in that long. For people who do these things, who get mad at shit like that, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I try not to swear a lot during this episode, but it's like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Y'all, you just want to. I saw somebody said Nolan's career is over and has gone woke because of the Odyssey, and the Odyssey will be one of the biggest flops. I said, are you talking about the same Christopher Nolan, one of the most iconic directors in film history? So let me play this chat. This is a quick one.
Do it.
This is a chat that I should be upset with. We should all be pissed with. However, you like, touche, my good man. Touche.
All right,
ready?
Let's see it.
Nigga, I'm a fucking electrician. I'll go out there and shut this whole motherfucker down.
They trying, get out.
I got it on dirt.
He legitimately cut the power off.
So I'm
like, fuck him for dropping the N-bomb and shit, but he literally put his money where his mouth was. I bet you won't.
You drop it in, nigga. I'm like, no, not nigga. And then you in a kilt. I think you on all the meth at that point, just randomly with no shirt on in the restaurant. But the fact this motherfucker really went and shut down the power.
Holy God, bro.
He said he was an electric. That's why I'm like, that's why I was like, touche. Because you kind of don't, you really like, There's this thing now where a lot of white guys and non-black guys are just trying to drop the N-bomb and be like, oh, it's just a word. You know, black people say it all the time. There's a difference from when black people say it to one another as a term of endearment to take the power from it, from when you were trying to say it as a non-black person to be offensive and mocking the culture. There's a complete difference. What did you just get that just has you cackling?
Somebody sent me a tweet for Pride Month. They said, a gay bully. Give me all your brunch money.
Also,
ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Also, I remember now the titties and what he was talking about.
What happened?
Remember the gay dude that was twerking to the Rugrats theme?
That was definitely the oh shit.
Wait,
hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, we're $45 away. Holy shit. Shout out to Villa Wolf. Villa Wolf sent in a very generous donation saying Eartha Kitt played Helen of Troy in 1954.
Yes.
I forgot about that. That's a very good point, Villa Wolf. Thank you very much for that. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you go watch Around the Neighborhood because there was a genuinely hilarious response to a video of a nigga twerking to the Rugrats theme. So
it seems like when you in a lavender marriage, like, ma'am, that moving circle back in yours. Like, you knew what that was. You
1,000% did. Which hold on one second, because I wanted to bring this up really fast because we don't have the what's it called, the payout quite yet. Oh my god. Well, there it is. Everybody. Casser says, double shot for the ancestors. # early Juneteenth. Thank you so much, Casra, for that. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, but at the same time, Casra, listen, I have not been drinking like that on purpose. And it seems like every time I do this show, I try to be sober.
It sounds like you're looking a gift horse in the mouth, sir. I think I need you to chill. Did you just name the N-word at me? The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck?
First of all, I just want the record to show. I just named. I didn't say a word, but you heard the N-word, which is saying more about you.
I need to hear everybody else. It sounded like you're doing a Mr. Ed saying the N-word, bro. That's what that shit sounded like.
No word at all, but you heard the word.
Okay, hold on. Neighborhood, I need you to settle this. Did anybody else hear him go, no? Because that's what I heard. See? Jay, sir, bro, you have gotta be shitting me. You have gotta be shitting me. Yep, there it is. Definitely heard that. Like, bro, what kind of demented version of Old McDonald is this? You stupid son of a bitch. I have to cut that out as a short. That's hilarious. That needs to go on TikTok immediately, but not actually because we have to bleep it out.
Nope. See? Sorry, I just heard a horse. Thank you. Winston heard what he wanted to hear. Hashtag racist. Hashtag
everybody else said, yep, nope, people heard it. You're not going to do this. Oh,
again, Dwayne even said it. Dwayne even said, you hearing shit.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, because I'm probably still going to cut this out as a short. I will go and rewatch it myself because I can't run it back while we're sitting here. I'm going to go rewatch that shit. And then I will add that to the short of whether or not do you hear the same thing that I hear, because what the fuck? Here's my shot. Let's do this shit. God damn it. Cheers. For the love of Christ. Okay. We got through all our stories. We got through our Chad. So you know what time it is, Jay. Plug your shit, man. What you got going on?
I was gonna pull up the Patreon thing for people to see again.
I'll pull it up just to plug your shit.
Cool.
Because we need to shout out the Patreon as well. I'll do that.
Absolutely. We just got a new one too today. To everybody who was watching, I want to say thank you first and foremost. We truly do. That was the cue. We truly do appreciate you all. If you have not done so already, please follow me on all social media platforms that you can. MrJayWashington, MrJay. You should know how to spell Washington. If you have not done so already, have not seen so, check out the series finale of Euphoria on HBO Max or HBO. Well, technically HBO Max now because it's streaming. You will catch me a part of that, and you will understand what people were talking about. So me put my dick on the wall. It's a funny thing, and it's, again, I'm honored and blessed and fortunate to be part of something that is historical and iconic such as that. For stand-up dates, listen, this Friday I will be back at the Hollywood Improv, but I am locking in a lot of shows right now for a lot of different cities. Louisville, Kentucky, I'm on the way to you. Bozeman, Montana, I'm coming to you. Dallas, Texas, I'm working on you. Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm waiting on a date back from that. Cleveland, Ohio, I'm waiting to hear from them. All these different cities, and a lot of cities, a lot of people have been asking me to come to, but I need for people to show me there is a demand for me in that said city. I don't want to try to book a show in a city and no one comes out. I understand how much finances and everything works. I get that part. Believe me, I do. But I need to make sure if I'm booking a show and hit a club up or a venue, I'm like, yo, I got 100, 150 people, if not more, that want me to come out to the city. We got to make sure it's worthwhile. So please, send me your send me your DMs about that, where you want me to come in what city, and I will definitely try to bring myself out there. Make sure you are following us on our social media platforms here, please. The Blerds in the Hood YouTube channel, the Blerds in the Hood Instagram channel, the podcast feed. I am re-updating it now. You can listen to all of the Blerds in the Hood episodes on YouTube Music as of right now. I am uploading the back library onto Spotify, so you can hear those as well and see those also. So you can have all the ways to stay in touch with Blerds in the Hood. I need you all to do all of those things, and stay tuned for more information coming from me. Also, I will be doing, if you're in Hollywood, I will be a guest speaker for an amazing panel about Hollywood artists and trying to make it and deliver creatives in the industry and thus forth. I will have more information that is on my social media. Winston, take it away.
That's what's up. You can find me at TheSwaggyBlerd on all platforms. I will be recording my Obsession review tonight, and I'll have that up tomorrow, so don't miss that. Tuesdays, I'm over on the John Roca channel doing Spill the Tequila. Wednesdays, I'm here with Jay doing Blerds in the Hood. Don't miss that. Fridays, I'm with Christian Harloff doing his show. So check out all that stuff. Keep an eye out on social media. I'll post whenever I got stuff going on. Some other things, again, that Lay's World Cup commercial is running. I've been telling folks, if you see it out in the wild, shout out to Haskell for being one of the ones to hit me up. Hit me up on social media and be like, hey, man, I saw it. Let me know what network and stuff like that, because it kind of helps me get an idea of how much it's running and all that stuff that can kind of help me figure all that stuff out. And then I've got some other fun stuff coming out soon that I'm excited about. Oh, check me out on TV Fights. I did my first ever TV fight for Screen Junkies about the Boys series finale. So check that out.
All, congratulations on that, and welcome officially to the TV. Welcome officially to the TV Fights family.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm part of the OG TV Fights and movie fights and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I was told, like, I got hit up a while back about, like, yo, would you be willing to come back? And I'm waiting to hear. And I talked to Roxy. I was like, yo, let them know. Like, they hit me up. I'm like, yo, I'm going to come back and do it. People have asked me would I come back, so that's that.
No, absolutely. So the last little bit that we want to do, again, we want to plug the Patreon. Check this out real quick. Patreon.com/Blerds in the Hood. These are the tiers. Again, I'll put it in preview mode, so that's a little better. Again, the $5 tier, join the neighborhood. That's $5 a month. That gives you a shout out at the end of the show, which I'm about to do the shout out for the patrons that we have so far. We have a couple of you so far. Thank you. You also have access to the 30-minute block party after show, which will be up in just a moment. I'm about to put the link as a post on the Patreon page. So if you are a paid member, you will be able to get that link and you can join us. We'll be doing 30 minutes of us just kind of shooting the shit, doing a breakdown of the show, all that kind of stuff. You also get early releases of Around the Neighborhood, and I know you fucking lying. The aim is for them to try and be a full 24 hours before. So I'm trying to get this out for 6 p.m. tomorrow, and it should be out without issue.
Which one?
I know you fucking lying.
Okay, and also real quick, do we want to do? I know we're putting up the old After Darks. Do you want to do one a month, one a week, one every other week? What? Because
I'd probably say we should probably do one a month for right now. Just we'll roll them out over time. Okay. We don't have a bajillion of them, so I think that would be the way to go. Gotcha. For the Neighborhood After Dark tier, that's $10 a month. You get all the stuff I just mentioned, plus access to Blerds After Dark's episode after they air. As you can see there's a note that those go after they air for good. We normally don't keep them up there just because of the sensitive nature of the stuff we're talking about. But you'll have access to all the backlog of those episodes, as well as a monthly Blerds Gonna Feud episode, which the calendar, let me tell you guys real quick because we wrote that down. Let's see, month. Sorry,
it's all on my calendar.
Yeah, no, I got it. So the next Blerds Gonna Feud is gonna release on the 28th. It'll either be a live stream or a pre-tape. We got to make sure that all of our people are able to do it on that day. If they can, it'll be a live stream. Again, a private live stream for the patrons of that $10 tier and higher. So if you want to see that, definitely join there. And for this next tier is the block party. Same thing as all the stuff that we just talked about previously, plus a members only live stream. That live stream that will happen is going down on the 27th at 4 p.m. So if you would like to be able to get in on those, and those are a private stream just for the Patreon members of the block party and above, you can do that. And lastly, That's Some Serious Chicken, our highest tier. There's only 10 of those. It's $50 a month. You get everything that we just talked about, but the last added bonus that you get, if you were a part of that tier for at least 2 months, you have the opportunity to be able to play a Blerds Gonna Feud with us. So that is our Patreon. If you would like to support the show and get all this stuff, you can. Go for it. What's up?
We're about to say goodbye, but I want to make sure we do this before this whole thing is over. June has been Mental Health Awareness Month. We have both been very big proponents of talking about mental health, our struggles with mental health, us going through therapy, dealing with our issues, et cetera, et cetera. And there are a lot of different men and male identifying members of the neighborhood. I want you to know you do not have to stay silent about your struggles. You do not have to battle them alone. If at first you feel uncomfortable talking to a professional, please reach out to myself or Winston. Please know that you have someone here. A lot of men suffer in silence because of the shame they either self-inflict or they feel that society will put on them. I do not want anyone to worry or to struggle or to suffer. Every week throughout the month of June, I will do my best to remind you all that you all can reach out to either one of the Blerds. Hit us in our DMs personally or hit the DM on the Instagram. If you need to talk, we will be there for you guys. I apologize for interrupting that. I just wanted to make sure
you're good.
I got this out.
You were 100% good. Let's see. I just want to check one last thing. Yep, great. Okay, I just
you will have to send it to the Blerds in the Hood. Send it to the email. The BLERDS, the letter N, DAHOOD at gmail.com. BLERDS, the letter N, DAHOOD at gmail.com. Send fan art, send your I know you fucking line stories. Send those different things, all of those things to the email, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do that. I have put the post up for our Patreon members, and I want to give a shout out to the folks that have already signed up. Thank you so much. Wow, we just had an influx of support today. So shout out to Andy F, who joined the Patreon last week, Zure, who joined last week, Original Shinobi, who joined last week, and then we had 2 additions today, Mike Joyce and Lyle. Thank you so much, all of you, for doing that. You don't understand how much it means the world to us, and it is going to allow us to be able to do even more things with the show.
We will be. I will be adding a server and making that very soon. Do not worry. Once it's made, you will get the information on the Patreon of how to join that.
Absolutely. So
do we have one already? Cheryl would know. Our mod,
Cheryl might know. I don't remember off the top of my head, but we'll figure that out.
We got individuals, but I don't know if we have the.
Go ahead. Yeah. But I'm saying, all I was saying is, again, the post is up, the link is up for that stream. So as soon as this wraps, which is happening in just a second here, give us about a minute or so. We will start that stream up, and you'll be kicking it with us for the next 30 minutes to those Patreon members. So again, thank you to everybody for joining us today. As Jay said, please check on your health, mental and physical. All of that is incredibly important. Vote. Shit, I know it's already over, like this past Tuesday, but there's other primaries that are coming along. Handle that shit, man. And go Knicks.
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
Bro, did you see these last two comments? And this will be our little post-credit scene. First of all, Jay definitely sounded like a horse from South Florida. But this one got me. Dig on the wall tier win.
Go to the goddamn Patreon.
Bitch, ain't no way.